We've reached the end of the road for most EV buyers in 2025 because this is the model you're probably going to want to get. It's the all-new 2025 Tesla Model Y. This is the all-new refresh Model Y, the successor to the first gen, and it fixes a lot of problems, adds some new features in, takes some things away. Let's crunch the currents with Recurrent, dive into the data on this vehicle. Let me tell you about the 2025 Model Y and why I think for most of you out there, this is the EV you're gonna wanna have in your garage or driveway. Let me kick things off though with a little disclaimer, and that is that pricing, range, availability, options, trim levels, all that is going to vary by two main factors: where you are located in the world and also when you're watching this video. Right now, Tesla is selling the same two models basically everywhere in the world. You've got a long-range rear-wheel drive offering, that's sort of the entry-level model that's cheapest, and then a mid-level long-range all-wheel drive offering that's a little bit more expensive. A performance version obviously is expected, but not here as of filming. There's really one main popular model, and that is the dual-motor variant. Now, Tesla was, for a little while, selling a Launch Series edition. This one had some extra special features, as the one I'm featuring in this video. It had some special badging and things like that, but it's by and large basically the exact same car. Had a bit of a spec'd up motor configuration to give you a little bit of a faster performance, had some extra goodies there with badging, but it's basically the exact same Model Y you can go out and buy today. Now, of course, one of the beauties of Recurrent is that we can really dive past the sales figures and the tech specs and see what it's like to really live with this vehicle. And because Model Y is one of the most popular vehicles around the world, and because Recurrent has so many of these connected to their platform, there is a whole lot we can learn about the Model Y. Even though Recurrent is sort of still gathering info on the new one, we can sort of look at the trend lines and look at the details on the older version, and we can learn a lot on this new model. Here's what that means. Historically speaking, looking at the data, this mid-tier Model Y has always gotten fairly close to its real-world range, at least compared to the other Model Y configurations we've had in the past. It's offering pretty great efficiency, and charging speeds here are solid too, adding 100 miles in about 22 minutes at a 210 kilowatt supercharging station. Of course, as more and more of these vehicles get connected to the Recurrent platform, this data will only get better, so we'll drop a link down below if you want to check out the latest stats on the 2025 Model Y and dig into the details and numbers for yourself. Getting back to the car though, here's kind of the main stuff you need to know. On the outside, really the big difference is gonna be on the front and back of the vehicle. That is where Tesla has really taken their time to redesign the look and feel of the vehicle with a new sort of light bar that goes all the way around the front of the vehicle, and also a rear light bar on the back that's sort of diffused a bit to give a really cool sort of diffused red glow, especially at dusk and nighttime hours. But a side profile reveals that it's extremely similar to the older Model Y. In fact, if you've got these two parked side by side like I do here, you likely wouldn't know from the side which one was the old one and which one is the new one. And that's not a bad thing. Because the Model Y is such a popular vehicle, Tesla decided to keep the dimensions and sort of the height and width and everything pretty much the same, which makes this a super comfortable, fun, easy vehicle to drive, and also sort of gives you the creature comforts of a sort of larger mid-size vehicle, especially with a full-on hatchback in the back. The interior of the Model Y is a big departure from the outgoing model, but is very similar to what Tesla's doing sort of with the Model Y sibling, and that is the Model 3. So the wood dashboard and accents are out of here, replaced by new soft touch materials. It definitely makes the vehicle feel and look much more modern. You've got a wraparound RGB ambient light strip that you can control with the touchscreen. You've got, speaking of touchscreen, a large 15-inch touchscreen with slimmer bezels, a bit of a refined center console design. You've got some speaker accents in the door, and then an all-new steering wheel, but I'll come back to that more in a moment. It's a similar story in the back of the vehicle as well. I've got a nice glass panoramic roof that definitely helps the vehicle feel less claustrophobic and closed in. Plenty of headroom, comfortable seats, but probably what is the biggest upgrade for rear passengers that they're going to love is right out of view of the camera, and that is a rear display. In addition to some USB-C ports, you've got a display back here. It's not the biggest, but it certainly, for the price, is nicer than what a lot of the competition is doing. You've got full climate control here. You can adjust seats. You can listen to audio with music. You've got all of your media streaming that you've got through Tesla Theater back here. You've got some games. You've got settings. And the nice thing about this as well is you can connect AirPods or other Bluetooth headphones to this, so you could sort of of listen or watch independently in the back, while the driver and passenger have their own media experience up front. Really nice to see this little screen added back here. As you can see, the Model 3 and Model Y share a whole lot of the same design DNA, and that is on purpose. They're both wonderful vehicles, but of course, Model Y is going to have some advantages over Model 3, which is probably why you're watching this video. One of the biggest Model Y advantages, of course, is the full-on hatchback that you can open up in the back. Really easy to get things in and out of that trunk space. And also what's super nice is that the seats are now powered to go all the way down or all the way up. So you can actually take them down sort of in a split configuration, and you can bring them up without having to sort of, touch anything physically but the button in the back of the vehicle. You can also use either of the screens in the front or the back to control those seats as well, to bring them up or down. And you can even sort of set them as an angled position as well. Not sure if this is sort of super useful for anyone, but if you wondered if you could sort of manually sort of set that granular control, I discovered you can, which is kind of a cool little hidden feature. I really wish Tesla had gone sort of all the way with the frunk on the Model Y and made it an actual electronic powered frunk. Would have been nice to have the auto open close functionality like Cybertruck. That is not here, but what you do get are sort of two nice things. Not only do you get like a really nice, large, usable frunk space here on the new Model Y, but you also have a little secret feature built in that not everybody knows about. The frunk on the new Model Y is the only Tesla currently that's got an actual little drain plug on here that you can take out and then drain the entire compartment. So if you wanted to load this thing up with ice and food and drinks, or you wanted to wash things out, you got like sand toys in there from going to the beach, whatever it is, you can actually now drain the frunk space of the Model Y here and keep things independent from other parts of the vehicle. Now, one question you might be asking, and I get this a lot, is what exactly makes the Model Y the world's best-selling car? Why is it so universally loved and praised, and why is it yet again on track to be the world's best-selling car? Simply put, if I had to sum it up in a one-liner, it's that Tesla nails the fundamentals with this car. Many of Tesla's other models have a lot of quirks, and for some, they're deal-breaking quirks. The Cybertruck is a very bizarre, polarizing stainless steel beast. The Model 3, some people just don't like what the sedan has to offer. Model X is expensive, and it's got falcon wing doors. Model S, also expensive, and is a sedan. This is almost like, to use the tried and true analogy, it's Goldilocks. It's not too expensive, it's not too big, but it's not too small or too limiting. It's right there in the middle. It's just right, and it does the fundamentals really, really well. And this new version just does them even better than the previous version did, which is a great recipe for a lot of success. And of course, because this is a Tesla, you're getting some pretty amazing technology built in. You've got that nice big screen with Tesla software experience. You've got the mobile app you can use on the go. And then of course, this has got all the capabilities built in for the latest and greatest hardware for Tesla's full self-driving system. So if you want to utilize that all the time, you can do that. If you want to subscribe and cancel when you don't want to use it, you can do that as well. But all of the hardware is here, including a very nice, very functional, super nice little quality of life improvement here with a front bumper camera. One other quality of life feature this Model Y has that no other modern Tesla does is a physical stalk for your turn signal. All other Teslas have now moved those controls onto the steering wheel, and while your shifting and windshield wipers and other things are moved onto the screen or on the wheel with the new Model Y, you do still have that physical turn stalk, so it's a little less reprogramming of your muscle memory and makes the transition to this new model a little bit easier. All of that put together gives you a really great experience on this all new Model Y. Of course, if you want to learn more, dig into the data for yourself, Recurrent has got you covered at the link down below. Check out more info they got, and of course, we've got more videos on this channel for a 2025 EVs buyer guide going into other vehicles beyond just Teslas. If you want to see what Rivian and some of the other competitors have to offer, be sure to check those videos out at the links down below, and subscribe while you're down there to check out what Recurrent has got coming up. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and this is Recurrent Auto.